Some mysteries fade with time, others grow darker. And then, there are the ones that feel like they're waiting to be solved. On a cold February evening in 2004, 21-year-old nursing student Maura Murray disappeared on a quiet road in rural New Hampshire. No signs of a struggle. No confirmed sightings. No footprints leading away. Just a crashed car, and a silence that has lasted for over 20 years. This is the chilling story of what happened before the crash, what was discovered afterward, and the theories that continue to divide the true crime world. This is The Vanishing Point. Maura Murray wasn't the type of person anyone expected to vanish. She was smart, athletic, disciplined, a former West Point cadet and a dedicated nursing student at UMass Amherst. But beneath the surface, there were signs that something was troubling her. Her family says she hid her emotions well. In the days leading up to her disappearance, small things began to go wrong, things that would later seem like warnings, puzzle pieces that never quite fit together. On February 5th, Maura received a phone call while working her shift as a campus security guard. Her supervisor walked her back to her dorm. What was said in that call remains unknown. 2 days later, she researched rental cabins in Vermont, the White Mountains, and directions to New Hampshire. Then, on February 9th, she emailed her professor saying she needed a break because of a death in the family. There was no death. So where was Maura going, and why? That evening, Maura packed her car with clothing, textbooks, her favorite snacks, and a printed map. She withdrew $280 from an ATM, recorded on security camera, then bought alcohol from a nearby liquor store. At 7:27 p.m., residents along Route 112 in Haverhill, New Hampshire, heard a loud crash. A Saturn sedan had slid off the road into a snowbank. A neighbor came out and asked Maura if she wanted help or to call the police. She said, "No. I've already called AAA." But phone records show she hadn't. Minutes later, she was gone. A police officer arrived at 7:46 p.m. Inside he found the airbag deployed, a boxed wine broken in the back seat, and a Coke bottle that smelled faintly of alcohol. But what he didn't find was more disturbing. No footprints leading into the woods. No drag marks. No blood. And no sign that Maura had fled on foot. It was as if she had stepped off the planet. Over the next few days, one of the largest searches in New Hampshire history began. Helicopters. 9 units. Volunteers, local, state, and federal investigators. The dogs traced Maura's scent, but only for about 100 yards up the road. Then it vanished, as if she had gotten into another car. But whose car? Friend or stranger, no one knows. Some believe Maura left intentionally. She packed personal items. She told professors she'd be gone for a week. She was heading toward the White Mountains, a place she knew well. Was she running from something? Seeking peace? Trying to escape stress? If so, why didn't she tell anyone? Another theory is far darker. The crash happened on a quiet, rural road. No streetlights, few houses. Most residents already asleep. Some believe a passerby, or someone who followed her, offered help. And she accepted. Some investigators believe she panicked and ran into the dark woods nearby. But there were no footprints, despite the fresh snow. And despite massive ground searches, no trace of Maura has ever been found, not a shoe, not a piece of clothing, nothing. Experts say if she had collapsed from the cold, something would have been discovered by now. Years passed. Hundreds of tips, visions, false sightings, online investigators poring over every second of the timeline. But none of it brought answers. Maura Murray didn't just go missing from a road. She vanished from a moment in time, between the crash and the arrival of the officer. A gap of less than 10 minutes. How can someone disappear so completely? In such a short time? Somewhere, the truth still exists. Maybe on that quiet road. Maybe with someone who has stayed silent all these years. Or maybe with Maura herself. 20 years later, the disappearance of Maura Murray remains one of America's most chilling unsolved mysteries, a case that refuses to stay buried and continues to haunt every investigator who touches it.